All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Pluto, episode 1. All right.
Urasawa
It's here.
we get to react to it. Hell yes.
And it's all Netflix, so it's all just one big punch.
Oh yeah,
there.
no 74 episode, year and a half long journey, even though I do love those. This is 8 episodes of, hour plus each. Just all one tight, meaty package.
I'm so excited. I've been rewatching Monster with people kind of introducing it to them over the many years now. And yet I'm like, oh, okay, that's the dream, is that, more Urasawa stuff will get animated, 20th Century Boys, or in this case, Pluto.
Right.
But hey, here we go. This is actually happening. And I'm very, very excited to have an anime that's going to be just a one and done series by someone that's so notorious in terms of writing and manga in general.
This very much is making me think of the Daredevil Netflix seasons and things like that, where it's just like, oh yeah, isn't it nice to just have it something where it's like each episode is just basically a movie, but it's a show.
Yeah. But this is Naoki Urasawa's work getting adapted. He's a legendary mangaka if you haven't heard of him. Also, apparently, this is an arc of Astro Boy getting adapted. I know there's some deep lore with regards to the way in which this is directly inspired by Astro Boy in a specific way, but it is very much its own thing in that regard.
Which is
it's
cool,
a love letter.
I've never watched Astro Boy.
Me neither.
I just know that there's a robot, and that's about it.
Right, and then this is a mega sci-fi. It's a definite, very influential, sci-fi manga.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get into it. Y'all, thank you so much for joining the channel, jumping in to watch our stuff and everything. Sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. But we do anime reactions and stuff, and this is one that, even though we generally wait to check and see how things are going and stuff, because it's all just dumped immediately, we kind of had early rumblings that this was going to be a very special one. So yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, that eerie whine.
Oh, okay.
We already had the apocalypse. Whoa.
Well, that's a way to start this off.
Yeah. I love how you can see that the character designs are very much like
Urasawa,
yeah.
Oh, that's just the intro. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is
gorgeous.
Cool. Ah, nice. A lot of cinema will start with the human eye. In this case, we start with a machine eye.
Right.
Not a natural disaster.
Okay.
Oh. Or did something come from underground?
Yeah, but if it was some kind of crash like they're saying, then maybe it's that's how the robot gets here?
My boy.
Oh.
My robot boy.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
All right. So is this something that the robot boy tried to stop or accidentally caused?
All right. Trippy.
Keeps things close to the chest.
Stomachs it all. Definitely feels like a soldier. Ah. A sign of things to come. The robot decided to give up on humans or something,
Or it's able to acknowledge the dangers to humanity even if humanity can't.
Right.
Why does that make me worried?
I think he's trying to just appease her,
Oh,
here.
no, totally. But
that'll never happen.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit.
Suddenly a robot makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
All right.
I like how the skyscrapers are the little buildings, it felt like, and the big buildings are the... Oh, wow.
So there's that many robots. Okay.
Well, robot citizens then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what do you define as ransacking?
Merely damaged.
meaning indiscriminate. There was no searching. Oh. Oh.
Oh. That's just like the... Oh,
Yeah.
shit. That's just like the position of the robot head with the...
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Was.
Yeah, I was gonna say Robbie.
Uh-huh.
Was this like a vehicle that just smashed through, or like a person?
No, it's a person.
No way.
Oh, shit!
Wait, is he a...
He's enhanced. He's
Yeah.
enhanced, or he's not.
Enhanced
he's
at
not
minimum.
human. Yeah, at minimum he's enhanced.
And we don't even need to see him landing from that high up. It's just, nah, he's fine.
He just went. Yeah. God, these environments are gorgeous. Mm-hmm. The sense of scale.
Oh yeah, very small people in a very big
Uh-huh.
world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Yep. Wow. Wow.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. That looks so clean.
I'm loving the detail that he still has to be careful and like check for things, even though he's clearly like souped up.
Well, it's because all the weapons, I guess, are souped up.
Right,
so
exactly.
There's always escalation.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But... Oh, so he was like coked out and that made him able to do it or something?
Maybe. Yeah, I saw that coming.
Uh-huh.
Shit! Oh my God!
This is so fluid!
This is so cool! Yeah, I'm still a police officer.
But what happens if a robot
He is a robot,
is the perpetrator, right? Like...
Wow.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I love it. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. This is amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Let me hard line in. You know? Yep. Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
Yep. Ooh, 8 years ago. That's probably like a.
But what?
No, but
This
that's,
is...
no, but that's the thing. If it's only happened like maybe once in 10 years,
Right.
That's a pretty. Yeah, that's why the horns.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. We got the
Wow.
monster inside humans. Now we have the monster inside robots. All right.
Yep.
A robot understanding that concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow, the idea of a robot being so legendary in its peacekeeping stuff that it's
Right.
kind of equated to as like a
And
Like a-
true peacekeeping, not
Yeah.
like some,
right.
yeah.
He was an inspiration to them.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
So,
This is beautiful. No. Oh.
what? What?
Oh, is he flashing with his
Oh.
his-
Yeah, and the fact that a robot is having this happen,
Uh-huh.
that's even stranger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Love it.
Right, right. It's a very complex mechanism, yeah, but it's still a mechanism.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Two ends of the spectrum.
Sure. Sure.
Very, very unlikely, but possible. All right.
Right.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Oh, Freud, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what a start.
Yeah.
What a start.
Like, this is a fascinating setup for a main character, and then also for the world and conflict and everything.
Yeah. Fuck. Fuck. He's had memories removed. He's had memories removed. Oh shit. He's not dreaming. He's not dreaming.
Nope.
Because that was the thing. He was gonna do that to the wife. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
He's had memories removed. Oh shit. Oh.
And maybe she doesn't want to experience them when she's by herself.
Yeah. She went straight to them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Wait.
He didn't fire.
But now maybe Robbie's gun didn't shoot sleeping gas, but I would think that they would have a similar.
Oh.
Wait.
No way.
No way.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. All right. Classic enhance or no?
No. It's not gonna suddenly gain resolution as they zoom in. Yep. It's a robot, yeah.
Fusion, maybe? Mix of both?
I mean, at some point, the robots are gonna get so advanced, they're gonna be essentially human. Nice. Little VR. Oh, no, this is protection.
Okay.
Wow.
Is this the rogue robot from 8 years ago, maybe?
Oh, this is gonna be some Ghost in the Shell shit. It's gonna be all a bunch of cables coming together here. Oh my god.
Wait, so is this just... It's not so much a prison as much as just the place where it was disabled.
Yeah. So this is the incident of 8 years ago? Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's so terrifying.
And it could even say stuff like this, but who would believe it? Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
They're gonna always want to be studying me.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Oh.
Okay. All right. Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Oh, shit. So he really is that rare.
勝手に入り申し訳ございません。
Whoa.
セキュリティが解除されていたもので。名前は？はい。ノース2号と申します。味もそっけもない名前だな。人前ではケープを羽織るようにしています。なるほど。全身が武器ということ。
Holy shit.
Yeah.
こちらに伺う
Huh.
前に映画を鑑賞させていただきました。
God, this is so gorgeous.
Uh-huh. I love the effect of the robot's height.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and how low its arms go and everything. Like,
スコアを書けば大ヒット。映画音楽賞を総なめ。盲目の天才音楽家。今だってその気になればいくらでも書いてやるさ。天才は健在だ。今もお仕事をされています。とても美しい曲。あれは映画のためではない。
Yeah.
のための名前と同じだな。 味もそっけもない。
I love also the dissonance of the military weapon kind of robot now being sent to the countryside. with
Yes.
This very important person.
じゃあ仲間を殺したのか。
Wow.
ロボットを破壊した。
Yeah.
数えきれないほどか。
if this is the robot that's been doing all of this,
I don't think it is.
I don't think it necessarily is either, but if it is, holy shit, what an introduction.
ピアノだけでお仕事をされているのですね。それがどうした？これだけ最新の
Uh-huh. That's what I was
Right.
gonna say. Yeah. What's with all the equipment then?
本物のふりをしても所詮は機械だ。
All right. Now at this point, this
Yeah.
guy's just a grumpy old man. What do you think a piano is?
本物の風景は私の記憶の中にある。
Oh, we're driving this theme
Yeah.
home. Uh-huh.
大変失礼ながら、昨夜ダンカン様の寝室から
Oh,
うなされてい
okay.
る声が。しかし、どこか
Yep.
歌を歌っていらっしゃるようにも聞こえました。
Wow.
正確ではありませんが、このような。
Maybe he doesn't want to hear it.
出て行け。お前のようなロボットに用はない。ピアノを弾けるようになりたいのです。なんだと？ダンカン様がおっしゃるように、私がいくら弾いても偽物かも。
But I'd like to try.
Mm-hmm.
お前には戦場がお似合いだ。だからです。だから弾けるようになりたいのです。
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That memory.
Oh, shit.
Was he abandoned? Did she?
Something.
ダンカン様が寝言で歌っておられるメロディーを弾いてみます。
Yeah.
お前たちの出している音は音楽ではない。音楽では
Oh.
ない。機械が壊れてしまいます。仲間をかばっているつもりか。大量破壊兵器もご主人様の前では従順にプログラミングされ。
Well, he hasn't been obeying you for a long time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
長年見続けている悪夢。いや、これが現実。
A memory.
Memory. Yep. Yep.
母は美しかった。みすぼらしい姿でも街へ出れば男たちは振り返った。だから成金が
Shit.
Yep.
それで足手まとい。
Uh-huh. Oh.
Fuck.
私を母は無理を重ねすぎたか。ある時から発熱が続き、それも続けることができなくなった。
Overworked, exhausted. Yep.
Uh-huh.
医者にも見放され、母からの恩信もなかった。
Shit.
その時、日本人の医者が現れた。正確には
Dr. Tenma.
Yeah, yeah.
モーグリの医者だった。
Yeah.
手術は成功した。ただ、そのモーグリの医者の言った通り、視力は日に日に衰えていく。
has the frantic nature of the. Oh God,
Yeah,
that's
and
horrifying.
everything went dark.
Yep.
すでに母の死を知らされた。母はあの成金の妻にはなれなかったらしい。知ってるか？この城はその成金が持っていたものだ。
Wow. This is my vengeance. Yeah.
Right.
あの素晴らしい風景を音楽にしてやるよ。人間が捨てちゃいけないものは何なのか教えてやるよ。推薦状を書いてやる。明日ここを出て行け。
All that from
Yeah.
just an insistent robot that wanted to learn music.
Uh-huh.
ピアノを弾けるようになりたいのです。もう戦場に
Will you? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Show us his memories.
Yep. Holy shit. I'm loving the change of art style for this
Yeah.
sequence.
Yeah.
It's like a different world.
So
And
I
yet,
wonder if you're right, if this is effectively the Astro Boy part and this is our Pluto
uh-huh.
and this is his origins basically.
Yeah.
多少は上手くなったようだな。
Well, right, because there is emotion.
there is emotion, there's a memory, there's a
Uh-huh.
thing that he's
and
drawing
yet we
inspiration
know
from.
that robots could just have aspects of their memory banks deleted.
Yeah.
今されているのか。ロボットも夢を見るのか。
So
Holy
cool.
shit. This is such a like contemplative whole like moment in the episode, and yet
Because effectively this is episode 2, you know. Like,
right, but
this is
I am
our-
on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if this robot, like when this robot is gonna snap his neck, or you know,
はい。ノース2号。
He
and
left.
now he's gone.
ノース2号。はい。
Wow, that was incredible.
That
That was
beautiful.
fucking incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, none of the dishes are washed or anything like that. It's
I
just
mean, he'll get a new
yeah.
assistant, but it's still.
実は以前お書きになったスコアの再使用をさせていただきたい。
Wow.
新作じゃないのか。
おいえ、サーランカーはもう
Very diplomatic.
Uh-huh.
以前お話ししたサーダンカンの組曲の上演ですが、諸事情により中止とさせていただくことになりました。
うなされている声。そのメロディーがぴったり当てはまるように思うのです。
He can see it.
Uh-huh.
God, yeah, our memories inform so much of who we are. If we're going to continue on and progress and build and make things out of it, like that's what humanity is.
Uh-huh.
It's taking the good, the bad, the ugly, all the in between and making something beautiful out of it.
And he always stopped when it got to this part.
Yeah, yeah,
But now he's continuing. This is what you wanted to turn into music.
yeah. You did it.
Uh-huh.
Now taking it to the piano too. No, 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 no.
アンカン様。ただいま戻りました。
No way! Wait, what is this?
ボヘミアへ行っておりました。
I went to your hometown, yeah.
Oh my god, I've seen the sunrise.
ところに何の用見つけたのです。ダンカン様が寝言で歌っている
Oh,
あの曲を。
it is an actual song.
ダンカン様の夢はあん
Yeah.
たではありません。
Yeah, exactly.
私の夢のような削除したいものではありません。
Uh-huh.
Because he knows that you know too.
Yep.
ボヘミア地方ある老人に会いました。そしてあの曲の素晴らしい
Oh, yeah, it's his mom.
覚え
Or maybe him as a child.
あなたのお母
No.
さん
Oh
it's his mom,
shit.
Yeah. Where do you think the desire for
Yeah.
music and stuff came from?
Uh-huh.
あなたの病気を治すために
Oh,
Holy shit.
近づいたのです。
wow.
捨てられたのではありません。
Wow.
視力を失っ たあなたのすぐそばまでお母様はやってきていました。あなたはふるさとを思い出すとき大切な記憶を削除していませんか。ふるさとの大地に沈む夕日を眺めながらあなた方親子が手をつないでこの曲を
This is your father. This old man's your father, yeah. Oh, the audio effectively of this scenery. And it's probably not even just that his mom was beautiful that would cause people to turn heads. It was probably her beautiful singing that would cause people to turn heads. Yeah. No. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is such a beautiful way to show time passing.
I did it.
To kill me.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's not Pluto, he's one of the six. Oh shit. I apologize, sir, but I will need to return to the battlefield once more.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Show us that skyline. Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. I love the detail that because he's blind, he doesn't see any of this.
I like that they're showing electromagnetism here. Because this is something that we now know Gezicht is immune to.
Right. And he sings the melody as he dies.
Wow.
Fuck, man. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Well, another death.
Oh. One of the six. Rather, one of the five.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Holy shit. What a start.
All
Holy
right.
shit, that
This
was
is a
incredible.
Great opening start here.
Yeah,
we've
just
got
a bit.
We've got two kind of focused stories here.
Yep.
Gezicht being basically our protagonist, who is a robot, themselves
Yep.
being a special advanced robot, basically the most advanced detective robot out there right now.
Yep.
And he is a robot that is struggling. He is exhausted. He is running himself a little bit ragged. Robots shouldn't be able to do that. Also, robots shouldn't be able to dream. But, you know, in this case, he does.
Yeah, leaps and bounds
Or
are being
something.
made in the development of robots. So, you know, oh, hey, you're getting some things that aren't... we don't exactly have a record of this stuff happening in robots, but I mean, theoretically, it could happen, you know?
Right.
Okay.
It's not an immediate alarm kind of thing. It's just robots will advance, and this is just part of it. But then we also have another story of a musical composer finding their lust and love for life again through the means of a robot friend. And that was just perfect.
That was absolutely perfect. Nothing to change or wish different about that. Like that felt like, especially in combination with the first half,
It's
it
so
felt
Urasawa.
like it's so Urasawa.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, where it's like, yes, you know, there's main plot stuff, but let's have this story about an old soldier and a girl that he takes care of, right? That absolutely just tears you apart, right?
Yep.
And it's like, oh yes, I know there's this stuff with larger, grander narrative and everything, but holy shit! And this feels like such a wonderful way to marry the two together, right? Because with
The power of a short story within a larger
exactly,
story. Yeah.
both from the standpoint of the length of these episodes, but then also the general story structure, because the side stories are inherently relevant to the main plot, while at the same time not being mechanically relevant, right? It's about the emotional backdrop and painting that we get to see as an individual gets sunset, right?
Yes.
Like I absolutely adore it. It's incredible, and I can't wait to see the rest of the show with what they do with it.
This is very exciting.
Hitting the ground running.
Yeah,
Like,
so right now the general main plot is that we have victims of a killer,
yep.
at least one. We don't know for a fact that it's the same killer every time.
Nope,
All
but
we know
probably.
is that this killer seems to be somewhat focused on things related to robots, because the only human that was killed was with regards to international robot laws, rights, and all that. So
Exactly.
that's a whole thing right there.
Yep.
Just bringing up that we do have some form of Asimov's laws of robotics in play in this world here.
Right.
And it's very much the only time this happened before was that incident 8 years ago, then we have a fun little conversation of like a robot prisoner that humans built a barricade around, even though they keep it alive in order to probably study it. And then also...
Right, like the
that
very
was a
place
very
that it was
eerie
taken
moment.
down was like almost became like they
They
built the
shrine.
prison around it
Yeah.
because it's we don't want to get near it. We're so terrified of it that we won't touch it, but also we don't want it to die because this is something that has never happened before. And
very, very fascinating
so
and interesting.
yeah, like I absolutely love it. How much do you want to talk about Asimov's laws and stuff?
No,
Okay.
No. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. Basically, the plot here assumes the obvious thing that robots can't kill humans, and then there's some other stuff we get into there, but that's not the point of the episode. The point of the episode is that Gesicht is a robot and is starting to feel things that are complicated based on the way in which not just these murders are happening and the way that robots are treated, but also his role in all of this. And I think that's because they're very much setting up the classic, he has had memories removed, he has had things specifically selectively done with him, because the only other robot-specific mechanic that was introduced in this episode, and I mean literally the only other one that hasn't been mentioned yet thus far, is the robot memory chip utilization.
Yeah,
you can pull it out and you can give it to somebody.
Exactly.
You could take it and alter it in some
And
way.
there's dangers with that. The Brow 1589 is like, oh, hey, why don't you take my memory chip? And it's like, yeah, no, I'm not an idiot.
Stupid, you
Yeah.
know?
Nice try.
You can have some pictures, you dumb fuck. But,
Yeah, exactly.
But then you have the Constable Robbie, who died, and his wife, who's also a robot, then being like, I want to experience my husband's memory chip.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing in that it's you get to have him with you,
yes.
even though he's passed, but it's also the pain of like, you realize that like, the way Gesicht talked about it was like this is a common occurrence. If your spouse, partner, robot partner dies and you're also a partner and you go and insert their memory chip, it's probably going to cause you to malfunction.
Yeah.
This is not a normal
Be careful
healthy process.
because that could be just a very distressing thing in general. I was going to say emotional, but that's a whole can of worms with regards
That's a
to
whole
robots.
can of worms there.
But especially when it's the final moments. Now, that didn't happen here, even though she viewed the final moments, right? There was something that was distressing there, but it's the, oh shit, I know what happened, right? I know why he died,
Right. I love that it was the detail of like, for me, my human eyes can only see the obvious of, that's really odd that he didn't fire his gun.
Right.
Like he had the the
and
coked out guy dead to
Yep.
rights.
And it's a stun gun, right? It's
Like-
like, because obviously if they're a police officer and robots can't kill humans, they would have non-lethal,
Means of
disabling people.
Yeah. But then it's for like 5 frames, he looked up towards the place
Right.
where Bernard was killed
Yeah.
and saw the killer getting away.
I love the idea that, like, there are so many elements of this episode that humanized the robots with the
Yes.
specific, things that they did, right? The little idiosyncrasies, if you will.
Yes.
But, like, Robbie hesitated, right? Because he saw something else that distracted him, right? That was
Right.
alarming. That's the, wait, what? And then suddenly, there you go, right? Which is also great because that's a way that the thing that is set up like it's going to be a serious plot point of, wait a minute, these 2 people were killed and one of them was a robot. How is it just taken out? It couldn't have been just some junkie. No, it actually was. That's not what's interesting. What's interesting is the stuff that you find out as a result of that happening. Like that's a great way for us to be led in different directions, but still end up getting good progress.
Yes. Another element of that that's really fun is the idea then that Robbie doesn't have the human response of being afraid for their life. So they end up prioritizing the threat in front of them versus the potential long-term threat to humanity that might be right up there. The idea that in that moment, an anomaly came into the optical interface of Robbie, and Robbie was like, ultimately, I'm just here to serve humanity in the best way possible.
Exactly.
But that I have no grid for that. I will risk my life to get 5 frames of that.
Yeah, exactly.
That is amazing.
And that's where, like, because I think you're right that I don't want to turn this into an Asimov's robots kind of discussion.
Right.
But since it's kind of,
if we just assume they're a character, then
no,
we can.
no, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of the ideas with the Asimov's robot stuff, and it was done in the iRobot movie as well, is that if you have these guidelines for machines to keep them from, say, killing people, that might seem innocuous, but it can fundamentally change the way that if they, in all other respects, are people, right? They just have these laws that they can't ignore. How does that change the way that people respond? Like in this case, not preserving themselves because, hey, that's a thing that could theoretically be a threat to other people, right? And so with situations like this, where then, taking it here, you have in North number 2, you have this killer robot that has dealt with all the war trauma of killing his own kind, and yet is then in this situation where he is doing all of these things that are disobeying his human master,
Right.
because he determines it to be something that his human master needs.
Yeah.
Right? And when he finally leaves, it's because he made the decision to leave, not because I am compelled to do whatever he says, right?
Yeah.
It's still an element of agency.
He
that
in
is
some ways realized
fascinating.
the urgency of going and resolving this for
Exactly.
For Duncan.
Right. And what I love about that is that with the way that it's set up, especially with North number 2's like physically imposing nature and like the way that it seems kind of alien as he's like looming over the piano and his hands are going down super low to play it and everything.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is the Pluto backstory or explanation or like, it's something or other, right? No, this is just the setup for showing the humanity within this other race of people, basically, as one of them is about to be killed.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And I
That's
fucking
so
love it.
cool.
It's so good.
So awesome.
Like if this is what we have to look forward to from each episode,
I think it's going to be a little bit different structural
Sure.
wise because of
Yes.
the introduction of Adam at the end there.
Yes.
I feel like the kid is basically going to be our slightly more advanced robot. It's a very specific trope, but basically anytime you have the robot child, the child is the most
Right,
advanced of all the robots.
yeah, because with humans, children represent the future, right? So if you do
Right,
that with
right.
robots, how much more crazy does it get when you deal with the idea of this, evolving?
Right,
whatever the hell
because
robots
then
are,
there's the other thing they also subtly kind of threw in there that I really loved was the maid basically saying, "Oh, I'm obviously a maid to a human child, because you wouldn't need a maid for a robot child, because robot children don't make sense, because you just build the model as you'd want it to be.
Right, they don't need to grow into...
They probably can't literally grow in the
Yeah.
biological sense.
Well, and that's
but
one
maybe
of
there are... Maybe there's one, and that's what Adam is going to be set up
well,
as.
that's one of the things that I kind of want to bring up. So, normally when I think of like robot convention with narrative, it's very difficult to have them die as characters forever.
Right.
Because if you have, say, a memory chip, then it's why don't you just load that into a different body, and then suddenly you have them back.
Right.
But the fact that they so blatantly were dealing with extracting memory chips from robots and everything, but that doesn't mean the robot can come back.
Nope.
Means that in this world there is some aspect, some je ne sais quoi, in addition to the memory chip that is needed in order to make that robot an individual.
Right, which is basically the subconscious. The idea that
exactly.
they're like, we're not going to call it the soul, but the idea
Ghost
that...
in the shell, whatever you want to, refer to it as.
Yeah, whatever you want to refer to it as. The scientist, the guy that was doing the maintenance checkup on Gezicht was like, or Gezicht, or still I don't know how to pronounce his name, but basically was saying, yeah, we know this to be the case. So the idea that you have some kind of dreams or what have you, that's curious. It's not a, I need to contact, the world, and everything.
Because holy shit, the revolution might be at hand. No.
It's just a, oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, we've probably heard many accounts, but they're so exceedingly rare that it's wonderful. Can you tell me? Like, that's really interesting.
And that takes me to the final point that I want to bring up from the Asimov stuff. With the iRobot movie, it turns into the robots try and take over everything, and the concept of the laws is kind of thrown aside, and it's like
dumb.
And it's dumb because then you're breaking the premise. The way, from my understanding of Asimov's work, that it happened is because of these laws, while adhering to these laws, robots then present this thing of, we have a conundrum, now humans decide what you want us to do, because we are still subservient to you.
Yeah.
Even though these laws kind of break for us. So in this situation, I fully believe that also is the case. There is no the way that Brow 1589 got to the point where they were able to kill humans. That is something that is not because suddenly, all robots are suddenly going to turn into killing machines, right? If that were the case, they would have had North Number 2 suddenly like strangle the guy at the end or some shit like that, right? Which would have been so dumb, right? So now we're in this situation where it's let's figure out exactly how these robots function. What are these prerogatives that we've given them? What exactly do they mean? What are the ramifications of it? And when you go into these outlier situations, how does that affect people, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. And it's all going to come down to memory. It's 100% going to come down to memory. The way that they've set that up is just so wonderful. I really, really love the way that we can have our protagonist end up in a place where he'll be teetering on the edge of sanity and reality and all that because of some things that were very obviously restricted from his memories. It is not 100% certain, but it is a thing that is being set up story-wise in a way that makes a lot of sense. While it can just be a literal dream, the Freud slip, if you will, by quoting Freud was very hilarious and on point for anyone that does writing there by having the scientist, the mechanic, the maintenance person be like, I think it was Freud that said, dreams are not, imagination, but more an expression of reality.
Yeah.
It's like, ha, ha, ha. So they're memories. Yes.
Right. And whether it's the yes, the memories were tampered with, or maybe the memories should have been tampered with and weren't, right?
Sure. Or they're just gobbledygooked up together in a mix so that it's confusing, but it's...
Because we can have situations like with North Number 2 where it's my memory is malfunctioning in its own way because I am constantly reliving the fact that I killed thousands of my people, right? And I can't forget that.
Yeah.
We're already in some wacky territory when we go into the realm of these super advanced models, and because we have, Gezicht, North Number 2, and Adam, those are about as different as you could get for 3 different examples of the super advanced top of the line models of robots.
We're not even remembering Mont Blanc too.
That's true. Yes.
Then there's the peacekeeper on a scale of a global continent level forget, Mother Teresa and Gandhi,
Right.
their whole things, they weren't perfect people at all. But then we have a robot where it's they might have actually been pretty close to perfect. Like they might have been basically at that point where they inspired humanity on a scale such that the war was effectively, resolved under many contexts of it by a robot that exemplified peace in a way that no human ever could.
And one of the things that I'm curious about, because I don't have any familiarity with Astro Boy really, is that if I got the sense that Mont Blanc was the equivalent of Astro Boy, could totally be wrong. But if that's the case, can you imagine what kind of an arc that would be, where you're in this long form narrative, and then all of a sudden, no, the main character is killed, right? And then it's what happens now? Like, holy shit, that must have been like, no wonder Urasawa looks at this and is like, I need to do that.
I mean, that could be really cool. I do like the idea that in a lot of ways, maybe they're all some aspect of Astro Boy in that way, but it's more just the ways in which we have different gods, if you will, to go out on a limb here, that are not really like literal gods, but like kind of
the paragons.
But specifically paragons of specific aspects of humanity. Blanc is the peace.
Sure.
North number 2 is the violence. Adam
is maybe the promise.
Adam is hope. Adam
like the fact that also the name is Adam for a child.
But then also the
biblical
building,
Adam.
but then also the building blocks of reality itself. And then Gezicht, who is basically the truth.
Yeah.
It can be the one that seeks after the cold data, the facts, and the reality of things. And given that his arc seems to be one about understanding some aspect of his reality that is being hidden from him. There you go, the search for the truth.
And if you look at, not necessarily Adam, because we don't know them well yet, but if you look at the other 3, they're all different variations of a protector. Right? Now, that could be because of the ways that robots are, designed in this world, because they want to stop the Skynet problem or whatever, right? But when you think about the paragons of humanity and things that we look to, that's
right. And then they literally they also literally had Brow bringing it up of so this is related to probably a European god of death. We have the horned god, we have Hades, and then we also have, if we go Roman, then you go into Pluto. Yeah. And it's like,
there we go.
Cool.
Title
roll
drop
credits, nice. And that's a fun way to address the meta side to us, that's what it is. But also to then have an image that isn't confirmed necessarily, but the idea that this being that's going around killing is not necessarily evil.
Sure.
There's something that they exemplify, something that they represent that is a grander and greater concept than humans and robots, and we'll have to explore what that is once we get to know this Pluto.
Well, and that is one of those other things that I feel like makes North Number 2's final moment so poetically beautiful.
Yeah.
Narrative aside, which would have been enough as it is.
Right,
but as far as visually what we're getting, a storm comes and then he does battle in the sky.
He leaves the weak and the frail, and he goes up to basically say, I go, you stay, no following.
Yes, exactly. leaving behind the legs that were essentially his connection point to the ground, to the earth, right? This life that he lived down here, and now the gods will do battle, right? And yet even something like North Number 2, he cannot escape it. Something like freaking Mont Blanc.
Yeah.
I understand that because it's not a machine of war necessarily, even though apparently it did fight in the war.
But it's a machine of peace, so
that
means it's pretty good at ending conflicts.
Right, exactly. But that being defeated feels a lot more like, okay, that could totally happen because you have something that is peaceful. Violence is not in its nature, right?
Yeah, they did make a point though about how Mont Blanc was the most advanced. I'm pretty sure that they it's either just the thing of where they're like, no, he's one of the most advanced,
right?
And that's what puts him on the level of all of them. But
exactly, but still, in this situation, there was an element of futility in the struggle against God, against
Yes.
Pluto at the end there with North number 2, right?
Right.
Even though it's happening in the present, it's not something that has already happened that we're finding out about after the fact. It is happening in the present, and yet we are not seeing it because the details are not important. This is a done deal. We know how this ends, you know, and nothing that North number 2 is going to change this, right? We just have the fact that he decided to go up there, and so hopefully, you know, Duncan is safe, right?
Yeah.
That's the most we can hope for, and that is, I feel like that gets at the themes of Pluto. And the fact that there was the comparison made to a god of death, that feels like there is, like you were saying, there could be some function that Pluto is serving that the others have not thought of, right? Where it's no, you need to have an end, right? But again, then that explains maybe the advanced robots that might not be destroyed otherwise, but that doesn't explain the human, right?
Well, it doesn't explain also the idea that there's a very real possibility that this is a human doing this, and this is not a robot. One of the things that Gezicht has as a conundrum here is that if it was a robot, well, then we have an issue with the laws being broken.
Right.
That's its own one issue there. But then we also have the idea that it's wait, hold on. If it's a robot,
Then this
humans,
impossible thing shouldn't be happening.
Right. But also, why is it killing robots and a human? Like, why is it not focused in this regard? It feels more. It feels more to me. It feels more human than robot as far as the motivations. But the idea that, well, physically speaking, we have a very established thing of human beings could not do this kind of physical damage. But there's a possibility, given how advanced Gezicht is in general. The lines between humans and robots are already blurred so much that it's no, that's probably something that gives off a human vibe in whatever ways your data can ascertain things. But it's then why would there be human, residual evidence?
Exactly. One of the things that I also want to bring up that was kind of like a little detail that is very crucial, but it isn't necessarily noticeable in the moment because of how Gezicht was introduced. But we don't know right out the gate that Gezicht is a robot, right? He's presented as like a human that's maybe just slightly off. He has a wife. We later see Robbie and his wife. They're older models. Okay, cool.
Wait. What, you're saying there's a possibility that scan that happened when he went into the prison that showed his skeleton and stuff means nothing?
No.
Okay.
Gezicht is a robot.
Yes.
But his wife is human.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? That is fascinating because robots being married, okay, that's one thing. Gezicht being a robot but looks human, okay, cool. But he is like one of the most advanced out there, right?
Yeah.
That it is not a common thing, right? And yet he's married. So that means the integration from between robots and humans is getting to such a level that as a part of the just establishing aspects of this world, you have a robot and a human as life partners, and that's we can only assume fairly normal.
Yeah. No, that's probably been normal for probably a century, I would say, given how advanced everything is in this world. I would say, if anything, that doesn't really tell us anything about Gezicht really with regards to the killer. I think it just says something about the society as a whole.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's the idea that if you have something where Gezicht exists, where a robot can be such a good replica of a human, then the idea of humans that are part robot, cyborgs or whatever, right? Yeah. That does feel like it could be very easy,
right? Yeah, and then you'd get the pluses of having the positive enhancements of a robot without the restrictions of, will and such. But the best part of the episode was the twist of North number 2 comes back and explains what actually happened in his memory and his past and stuff by getting the story directly from the source. I love the idea of a human selectively removed a memory because of the pain associated with it. And then we have in this story a world where robots can have memories selectively removed.
And everything that we've seen so far in this episode is them choosing not to.
Yes, but the point remains that has absolutely happened to Gesicht in some way, especially when he had the moment of seeing Robbie being called junk.
Yes.
By
Yes.
the person who's like, oh yeah, I was told to dispose of this, so I'm throwing this junk away, basically.
which is,
and he's just like, like that almost looked like he was about to get violent there.
Oh yeah, that was one of the other things that surprised me, and maybe this is why I was also thinking about the idea of Gesicht being married to a human, is that, granted, there was the person that was still doing the advocating for robot rights, right? So it isn't true equilibrium. They're not truly being treated as people, but
because there's levels of robotics. Like you have you have Robbie's wife, who's a more lower end model. There's probably an income inequality aspect to it as well.
Sure.
Like,
oh yeah, I could absolutely see that being the case. But yeah, in a world where a robot can marry a human, you still have the a robot gets destroyed.
Right.
There is no burial. There is no like traditional like handling of the remains or anything like that.
Nope.
It's just nope, they're junk. Like that's fascinating.
oh, they're
to
not
me.
one of the skin models. Then yeah, we just throw those in the
Right.
trash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it was, in the line of duty or something like that. Or
could even say that the
they signed up
improper-
for this insurance plan that basically they got lower rates because they said
Very cyberpunk, yeah.
yeah.
But I just wanted to bring up something. That's an improper passing on towards death, if you think about it. The idea of a god of death is not necessarily literally a god that doles out death, but a god that ushers
oversees the
beings
death. Yeah.
that die. So if there's an idea that, thousands upon millions of robots die and are basically thrown away and forgotten,
Then it is the memory.
then it is the memory that's the key there. And,
Yeah, yeah.
and if you are going to not treasure and value the robots that you have amongst you already that are
Sure.
becoming your gods, your paragons, maybe I should take them away.
Right. And the thing about that seems so strange, and maybe this is where you could get like a red herring in the like mystery thing, because I tend to not actually do very well with actually being able to like predict where a mystery is going. Red herrings really throw me off. But the robot rights person being killed, that's the big thing that would seem odd, because if you have this person that's advocating for the rights of robots, and then you have, how do you then have the god of death for the robots that's saying you're not cherishing them, right?
I think what happened was there was a debate that happened in here between the killer and the
oh, sure.
and
There you go.
and the killer got upset, got frustrated, and just started destroying the place in its frustrations.
That's true, because it was not, it wrecked the whole place. It wasn't a
It wasn't a ransacking for a searching for things, you know?
or a execution, right? With a robot as advanced as this that could take out, North Number 2 and things like that, you wouldn't expect there to be any amount of struggle. So the fact that there was this level of destruction in the building, that either means that the dude had some protector that we're not hearing about, but that clearly doesn't seem to be the case.
No.
Or, emotions ran high.
Emotions ran high, and what my guess is that the killer went to Bernard after killing
Mont
Blanc because it felt things about this.
Sure.
It felt, or whatever, felt horrible about this.
And
they felt awful about this.
I like it. And
it's I need to talk to somebody. This goes badly. Tempers run high. Maybe it was an accident.
Yeah, so
maybe they didn't actually intentionally murder this. This is the part that I'm hoping they get into here, is that the laws were never broken. However Bernard died, the laws were still intact. And I think that the way that they can do this is that the robot got so frustrated that it destroyed the building, and what they'll end up finding out when they do the autopsy eventually is that there was like collapsed like debris or what have you that brought them near to death, and then the Bernard probably like asked them to help finish them off because they're in pain or something like that.
Yeah, like
and then that's where they can be like, oh yes, it was actually a robot, or there was actually enough force given that it was a broken neck or something like that. But it's something else happened before that led to that being a thing that still fits within the laws or something.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit further and then work back up to the point that you're at, right? To externally process. So as far as if it is the after Mont Blanc, right, it goes to Bernard. I could totally see that happening, not just because I need to talk to somebody, but if it's the...
Well, we know it's after Bernard.
Oh, we know it's after
Bernard.
Okay.
Yes. There was a very, very clear one.
Which one was after which?
Bernard was after Mont Blanc.
Was after Mont Blanc.
Yeah,
Okay.
But Mont Blanc was first.
Then who better to talk to someone about the morality of the fact that you have killed one of your own than one of the most prolific speakers on the rights of robots?
Yep.
Now, how could this then theoretically go badly? Well, the other defining characteristic we have about Bernard is that he wasn't very agreeable, right? He tended to pick fights. And so I could absolutely see it being something where then when Pluto comes to Bernard and is like, this is a thing that I did, and at the very least I'm conflicted about it. I don't necessarily think that I automatically did the wrong thing. I have some reason for it. Then Bernard is like, what the fuck? You know, like starts going off on this machine, and then that's how things get heated, right? Now the fact that it would still turn into the human is dead potentially as a result of the robot, that's still maybe it is some kind of like,
there's something we need to know about. But obviously within the next couple episodes they're going to actually, because this very much seems like this kind of police focused detective story where you have the cop being the main character.
We're going to get more info.
We're going to get more info from the results of how exactly did Bernard die, what were the what is all the data, so that can then be passed on to Gezicht, and he'll be like, okay, I can parse all this out and I can get a pretty good idea or a good perspective, if you will, on what actually happened. But yeah, I'm really excited to have Gezicht be alongside other characters. The little manga opening in the beginning was really cool. I don't want to look too closely at it for the potential of there being spoilers and stuff, but the thing that was the most kind of exciting about it was how often Adam's name was in all the panels and stuff, showing that Adam is going to be a very main character, not a North number 2 equivalent where it's just a one-off, but it's okay, you're going to be a part of this overarching narrative,
which also
I'm just excited for that.
That also does feel like it makes a lot of sense, because if you have this situation where you have the adult, the one that is the investigator that knows about this world, hyper competent, all that stuff, not just have someone around them that is weak or incompetent, but to have someone that has a completely different perspective, right?
Exactly.
It feels very similar but different to the good cop, bad cop, the old gun in the loose cannon, Yeah.
But all right, y'all, this is a fantastic, incredible, masterful start to a story, and I'm really excited to watch the next one. So if you want to see that next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out my Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.